SKOL! SKOL! SKOL, 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 go Vikes! Ayo! Stop the count! We're Super Bowl champs! Let's go! I've seen enough! The Vikes are winning the bowl this year. I've seen enough. Stop the count. SKOL motherfucking Vikings. Let's go. Let's get into it today. Today I'm going to be sipping on this Dr. Pepper. Went a little crazy last night, so I'm going to keep the alcohol out of the system in today's video. Your boys got to survive, but how about those motherfucking Vikings, man? How about JJ freaking McCarthy? You love to see it. JJ, a $188 in the air, 2 touchdowns, a pick. His first drive, he threw the pick. The time to do it's in preseason, so who cares? But after the pick, he went nearly perfect, and then 2 dagger touchdowns. One of which was to my boy Tristan Jackson. He had 4 catches on 5 targets for 100 yards. Yes, 100 yards. I told you, boys. And Tristan is a Syracuse alum. Interesting, I didn't know that. I had to do some research. But the offense looked good. I liked the play calls. The score was 24-23. We won by 1 point because Will Reichard clutched up and hit the dagger game-winning field goal. What is going on in Vikings Nation right now? This is crazy. We hit a game-winning field goal with a rookie kicker. And it's funny because the Vikings we played the Las Vegas Raiders, and their kicker is Daniel Carlson. And if you don't know about Daniel Carlson, in the 2019 draft, the Vikings actually drafted him in the 5th round or something, kicker from Auburn. And, he was a stud, going to be great, And he had, an okay preseason. And then first game of the year, we played the Packers. We actually tied the game because this bum missed 3 field goals in the game. And then Mike Zimmer gave him the chop right after the game. And guess what? He signed with the Las Vegas Raiders. I guess it was Oakland at the time. And he's now an all-pro kicker. Isn't that interesting? It's the Vikings kicking curse. But it seems that Will Reichard, you got to Google a picture of this guy. He does not look like an NFL player. He kind of looks like, not me, but he just looks like a bum. But he's got a rocket of a leg, and I mean every extra point. I know it's an extra point, but damn, he rocketed him through the uprights, and it was cool to see right down the middle each time. He did get blocked on a kick, but that wasn't his fault. It was abysmal blocking, so doesn't matter. He made the one that counted. My bet fucking hit. Vikings money line. I'm so pumped about it. I only put a cool $25 down, so not the greatest profit, but hey, a dub is a dub is a dub. SKOL. All right, getting on, running back wise, Kene Nwangu looked great. He's been battling injuries for the last couple of years, but he runs a 4.2 or a 4.3 40-yard dash. Kid's a lightning bolt, and he's one of the best kick returners in the league. It'll be interesting to see if the Vikings use him in the kickoffs or use him as the kickoff return specialist. I think if you have 4.3 speed, you should. And it's closer to 4.2, I think, than 4.3. I don't even know really, but dude's a fucking bullet. But it was good to see him. He had a 48-yard touchdown run, which was cool. And then obviously Aaron Jones didn't play. Ty Chandler looked good. Running backs looked great. The O-line didn't even look bad either. I was actually pretty psyched. Last preseason, our O-line got absolutely destroyed. So I'm happy with that. Obviously, I just talked about Tristan Jackson, Syracuse wide receiver. And then Jalen Naylor had a good game. And Sherfield had one of the J.J. McCarthy touchdown bombs, which was cool. All right, moving on, and other than that, the rock got spread out to a bunch of guys at the preseason. That's going to happen. And then, on defense, this is what I was psyched to see. Obviously, Lewis Cine was never to be seen. He's one of the losers of the game, in my opinion. We need him to be making plays. I don't think I heard his name one time being called during the broadcast. It sucks to see, but hey, there's 2 more preseason games. Because he's a cut candidate. Safety Lewis Cine out of the Georgia Bulldogs, go Dogs, might be a cut candidate. Who knows? But Levi Drake Rodriguez, 7th round pick out of Texas A&M Commerce. Texas A&M Commerce, yes. Where the fuck even are they? They're in Texas somewhere, but what are they? Who knows? He's from a commerce college, whatever the fuck that means. But he balled the hell out, and he wears number 50, and he's got this giant, like, fluffy hair that comes out the back of his helmet. It looks sick. He's dripped out. He rocks it well. But 7th round pick, just a specimen, athletic, a little undersized, but that doesn't matter. Dude's got heart. I've also been reading a lot of things that he's been, first one in, last one out, that Michael Jordan mentality, and you love to see it out of a guy like that. And I think he will make the roster easily, and I think he'll get a good amount of minutes because we need energy guys like that. Yeah, like he won't start. Maybe. Who knows? The sky's the limit. Probably won't start, but he'll come in and just give us those just the valuable plays, valuable minutes, keep people's legs fresh. That is always a good thing, and I love it. And he looked fucking great. He had a really good sack on 3rd down, which set up a Vikings touchdown. So, I mean, it's good to see him going out there. And he also had a lot of pressures, and he did a lot of things that don't show up in the stat sheet. So, respect there. Great game for him. And then another guy who kind of came out of nowhere, Bo Richter. This guy, he's like a 6'1", 250 from Air Force. So, interesting story there. And he's on the D-line, and I think he had 6 tackles, 2 TFLs, and 1 sack. That's pretty impressive. The guy's definitely making a statement for himself. But they were calling his name left and right. So it was great to see that. And let's not forget about 1st round pick, Dallas freaking Turner. Dallas Turner wearing number 15. I really like it. Since the new number rule change happened, I don't think I've seen a number 15 on the D-line before. So it was cool to see him. And he had a really good pressure that he almost had a strip sack. He played maybe he played a good amount, but he played maybe until halfway through the 2nd quarter. But, and then he got a sack on 3rd down, which forced them to kick a field goal, which was awesome. And, just mauled the defender. And, he runs a 4.4 40, which is insane. But props to those guys. Those three guys on defense are my MVPs of the defense. So, and they all come from the D-line, which is great. Which is the Vikings' one of their most sus positions. So it's good to see that. Little ASMR. Oh man, that was I did not expect that out of a Vikings preseason game. That was it was genuinely very fun to watch. JJ looked about as good. Obviously, take away the pick, and it's a perfect game. But he's a rookie. He's going to make these mistakes, and I'm okay with that. Make your mistakes. Learn the NFL. He has a dart of an arm, though, and I people on Instagram, on social media, on Twitter, they're looking for reasons to hate on the guy, and it's getting harder and harder to find reasons because the first thing was, he just hands the ball off. He's a handoff merchant. That's all he does. And when people say that, I first of all think they're complete idiots and they don't know what they're talking about. Second of all, dude's a certified winner. He only lost 1 game in his entire college career. As a starter. Come on. Isn't that the point of football? You play to fucking win? And didn't JJ do that? Look at Caleb Williams. Did he win? Fuck no. And he played for USC. I know JJ played for Michigan. That's great. But, USC is always supposed to be really good. And then they have the best quarterback. And they still suck. I've heard enough of that bullshit. But people, JJ throws 2 beautiful touchdowns, throws for almost 200 yards, and people still nitpick him. But what about that 1 interception? Whatever. Come on, get over yourself. Everybody throws picks. It's the preseason. Kevin O'Connell's definitely in his ear. Be aggressive as you can, because now it doesn't matter. We can reel back the aggressiveness, as the season progresses. But right now in preseason, make your mistakes. And JJ, I applaud you for going out there. And just something about the Vikings team this year, it's everybody seems so meshed together. Like, and JJ was on the mic with Paul Allen when I was watching the game on the NFL Network. And it's just great hearing JJ, how he talks about JJ Justin Jefferson, that is, not JJ McCarthy, JJ Justin Jefferson. So yeah, Jefferson was on the mic. And it's so good hearing him talk about the other team players. Like it'll be like a third string, like, defensive tackle or something, and JJ will be out there like, let's go, whatever, who's such and such, James Lynch, I don't know. And just the way he talks about him, the aura he brings, just the enthusiasm, it makes Minnesota just, it's going to make the team better for one, it's going to make it more appealing, but just, it's good to watch from a fan perspective. It just makes me love the team even more than I already do. And Justin Jefferson's just, I mean, you can't get better than that. But yeah, Vikes win 24-23 on a game-winning field goal from Will Reichard in Minnesota, US Bank Stadium. SKOL Vikes. I'm out. Catch you in the next one. Cheers.